Am I the asshole for cutting off my mother when she got a paternity test for my daughter? I've been with my wife for 8 years. We have 2 children, a 5-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son. I've known since my wife got pregnant that there was a possibility our daughter wasn't my biological child. Okay. I don't care. Alright. She's my daughter and my wife has never been unfaithful. Then how isn't she your... Yeah, okay. However, I don't want to know if she is or she isn't biologically related to me, and I've never wanted to know. Edit, to include the full story as people are assuming she cheated. My wife and I were together for around 2 years when we had a fight and broke up. We were broken up for 3 months, during which we both slept with other people. And then we got back together. After approximately 2 months of being back together, my wife found out she was pregnant. We knew there was a possibility of one other man being the biological father. Okay, let's just say you and your wife, your marriage situation, I don't want to speak on that. And it was a toss-up between me and him, but it was more likely to be mine. My wife was honest with me that she slept with other people when we got back together, and I was equally honest, and the window of conception for our daughter was just large enough. We couldn't say for sure if she was conceived when we were together or apart, and while she offered to get our daughter tested, I didn't want to know. My entire family were aware we broke up and got back together. But why do you sleep with other people? I mean, what if it was agreed, I guess? Visibly, she looks like her mother. Same dark hair, same dimple, same bone structure, and I see bits of myself in her too. Mainly in her mannerisms, with the only part that doesn't match up being her eyes, which are brown, while mine are green, and my wife's are blue. I mean, she could be his daughter, but I don't know. Meanwhile, my son with green eyes, blonde hair, and bone structure looks like I cloned myself and looks very different to his dark-haired, dark-eyed sister. Yeah, no, she ain't yours. My mother has noticed and remarks on it often. This really gets my wife's hackles up, both because of the reality behind that, which my mother is unaware of, and because she and my mother have clashed a few times in the past. They are very different people and their personalities just don't mix. But yeah, that happens with a lot of mother-in-laws and wives, whatever. Then a few months ago, my wife's sister and my best friend, they're married, got into a car accident, and they were in the hospital with one of their 3 kids, while the other 2 were home alone, so we asked my mother to watch our kids while we helped them out. Our kids were with her and my dad for about 5 hours. Okay. Oh my goodness, she's gonna go and take them for the test. Let me read it. Last week, Mom came over and said she had something important to tell me. When she had my daughter unsupervised, she did one of these DNA test kits on my daughter, comparing it to her own DNA, which she apparently ordered months ago for this exact purpose, and she was waiting to use it. That's a bit cheeky. And it confirmed my daughter isn't biologically related to me. I said it. I said it. And she began to tell me about a lawyer she could get in touch with to begin divorce proceedings. This woman moves so quick. I told her this changes nothing. She's still my daughter, and that's my wife she's talking about. Okay. Nice man. Mom was shocked and called my wife some names I don't care to repeat. We know what those names are. I told her to get out of my house. Strong man. It's been nearly a week, and I've told my wife I blocked my mother on everything, and there's been constant calls and texts. My mother is furious, and I never told her that I had an inkling, and has since disowned my daughter, but says my son is still her special little guy. So she wants a relationship with my son, but not my daughter. I think that's just a bit played out. Whatever. In addition to my mother, all 5 of my siblings, 3 sisters, 2 brothers, and my dad are angry with me. They want me to get back in touch, and a couple of them have even said I should thank Mom for what she did, as she was looking out for me, and now I know. However, I can't justify my mother going behind my back to get a DNA test of my daughter without consulting me. I feel I'm in the right, but I also feel I could be overreacting, and I would appreciate another perspective, as I'm seriously considering cutting contact with my mother over this. Am I the asshole? Let's unpack this. Well, I feel like she was wrong to get a paternity test behind his back. She was wrong for that. You shouldn't do that, regardless of the circumstance. But then at the same time, I feel like she was just kind of looking out for her son, because he did say that his mom didn't know that they were sleeping with other people when they broke up. So I wouldn't cut her off completely, but I would definitely stop seeing her as frequently as he says they've been seeing each other. maybe only on like family occasions like holidays, Christmas, summer. I wouldn't cut contact completely. But then it's also the fact that she said she doesn't want a relationship with his daughter, just his son. That makes things a bit difficult as well. What do you guys think? Am I the arsehole for telling my soon-to-be ex-husband he will not be allowed in the birthing room? Let's read the story first. I, 30 female, am 30 weeks pregnant with mine and my soon-to-be ex-husband's 31 male daughter. She will be my first child, but it turns out she won't be his first child. Oh. He's been carrying on an affair, oh, no wonder, that started several years ago during my residency in internal medicine and cardiology. His excuse was I was working long hours and not emotionally available, and so I drove him to it. That's what a lot of cheaters say. They're just trying to manipulate you. I found out about the affair because the woman with their child came to our home 2 months ago demanding I release him from my financially abusive and loveless marriage. What kind of... I guess you could say I ambushed him because I called him and told him he needed to come home. When he did, and he saw her, I knew based upon his reaction he had been cheating. So I kicked him out and all his stuff out of the house. In my book, I granted his wish. He asked for another shot that we go to marriage counseling, but he had years to come clean and didn't, so I'm unwilling to attempt reconciliation. That's fair, that's fair. He's been calling and leaving messages at home, my cell phone, as well as the hospital where I work. It's a bit crazy behavior. Asking if he could be with me when I go into labor. I told him no in certain terms. Will he be allowed in or anywhere near my birthing room? I want people in there that I trust, and he isn't. He's been guilt-tripping me though, saying he has the right to see his child born, that his cheating scandal is separate from our daughter, and it is, but I don't want the added stress of him being present. Okay, fair enough. His family and he all think I am the asshole and already alienating him from his child. My family and most friends support me, however there are few who think I am being an asshole here. Maybe I am because of the hurt he caused me. Okay, that's it. Well, I personally, I don't know about this one. I think, even though he cheated, I mean, he did cheat and have like a child with another woman. That isn't very fair to her. But I feel like he should still be allowed in the birthing room for his child. I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, it's her choice. But I just feel like, I don't know, it's his kid as well. I feel like regardless of what you two have going on, the child needs both of the parents present. We're thinking about the child here, not you guys' mess. So, I mean, yeah. Well, drop down below what you guys think. Yeah, so that's the end of the video. Like the video if you liked it. Comment down below what your favourite part of the video was. And subscribe. See you guys later.